guys, my name is Doug. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. I'm really glad you guys decided to tune in today because I'm going to be showcasing a new artist on the channel called Legit. Legit hit me up on my Instagram. Apparently he's a kid making music out of his bedroom. He's 15 years old. I gave a glance through some of these tracks on this project, just skimmed through a few of them. No more than like 5 seconds per track that I've heard, and it sounds like he's pretty talented. Sounds like he's got something to him, so I'm gonna showcase him on the channel. I'm gonna see what he's about, and hopefully this kid turns out to be like super talented, like somebody like Red Veil, who's still so young and so full of potential, and you guys get put onto a really great new artist. So that's what I'm hoping happens with this video. This project that he dropped is on SoundCloud. It's called Bands for Life. It's got 7 tracks on it, so that's what I'm going to be listening to today. And, we'll see how we feel about it as we go through it. This is a first reaction, so I really don't have too much to say before I jump into it. Just that I might be a little bit more lenient since he is 15, but I am still going to be, pretty critical of some of these mixes, some of these tracks, because I do want this kid to get better. So, it is what it is. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. You guys know that. So follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, all my social media. Subscribe if you haven't, and check out the Patreon and the membership options in the links down below. That would be really cool. I really appreciate the patron support for the channel. With all that said, guys, let's just jump into Bands for Life by Legit. Track 1 is Go.
Let me go, 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 let me go. 10 bands on me, let me go. 50 rides on me, you ain't know. I just making bands. Remember back then, said I wasn't there. Now I'm making others. That's for life. Meant for life, taking what, no advice. I had to break it up and know the lies,
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. I think that the beat's really cool. I really like those melodies in the background. Definitely got some, Pierre Bourne inspiration there. I can hear some Nav in your flow, some Travis Scott in your ad-libs, the auto-tune, especially the way that you use it to kind of harmonize in the background reminds me of Travis a lot. But I think you could be a little bit more enthusiastic. I think you could be a little bit more energetic on this track. I think that this beat specifically really needed a little bit more energy, and I also think that you could have been a little bit more creative with the melodies that you sang. And the mix needs to be a little bit cleaner. Some of those melodies need to be a little higher, like volume-wise. Your vocals are really clean, really clear, cutting through the mix very nicely, but they are too loud, so maybe less volume on your vocals a little bit. Overall, though, it's definitely better than what I was making when I was 15. So, this is a pretty impressive intro. Track 2 is Abide, featuring Young Rello. I mentioned in the Bryson Tiller video I got a really early start on my recordings today. It was actually before sunrise, and now the sun's coming up and it's really lighting up that side of my face there. I think I'm going to turn down the exposure a little bit. Even that doesn't help. Well, you'll just have to deal with it for now.
I ain't really sorry if you run out of my lane. I got 2 9s on me on the side. You go ahead and know, I got egg down, so I'm trying to go. I'm sorry,
you gotta watch your flow, man. You gotta stay in the pocket. You can't really get off beat too much like that. That's crazy. It really sounds very hectic when that happens.
We gonna pull up sticks in the back.
Yeah, this track really isn't for me. I think that the synths in the background just sound a little too messy for my personal taste. They're not really very appealing to me, the melodies that they were playing. Nothing too bad with your performance or with the lyrics. I know your lyrics are mostly freestyle, probably. Just kind of like feeling the beat and having a good time and saying whatever comes to mind and trying to rhyme it. I feel that. I feel the vibe that you're trying to create for sure. And definitely some potential here, in the future. It's going to get much better. But I think that, I think it really is just those synths that aren't really doing it for me, So that's really my major complaint with this one. Track 3 is Desire.
I don't even understand. Taking all the squad on my side, got a grand. Keep on hating on me, I'm the man. Me, you a fan.
Yeah.
Pull up money on my side, made a grand. Keep on hating on me, I'm the man. Feelings. Keep on hating
That's
on
what I'm
me,
talking about.
Millions. They just blending in like a millions. Me on my side, made a grand. Keep on hating on me, I'm the man.
That's dope.
Call my name, yeah, my name is on a man.
It's pretty catchy. It's a fire track. That's my favorite so far. That's the cleanest mix so far. Your vocals are still a little bit too loud. You're really drowning out the melodies, and you don't want to be doing that because the melodies are really fire. So just a little bit less volume on your vocals, but the mixing on this is the cleanest that it's been so far. This is the catchiest chorus that you've written. This is the most energetic. Like, this is the one where you really sound like you're into the track and you're really enthusiastic, and your energy is matching the production, and it sounds really, really dope. I really like track 3. No complaints here for Desire. That's really the best track so far. Left and a Right Hand is track 4.
With a left and a right hand, hit with a left and a right hand. Diamonds on me, yeah, they right hand. I put it all in the right hand. The left and the right hand. Diamonds on me, yeah, they right hand. I put it all in the right hand. Left and the right hand. But for me, all my diamonds really flawless like a cutlery. I've been making all these bandits got a horn like a rhino. Yeah, chopper on me from the signature time zone.
Yeah, that one's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty short, and the beat's nice, and I think that maybe the mixing could be cleaner. Like here, the 808 is overpowering. The 808 could be a little bit quieter. I think that those melodies need to be a little bit clearer so that you can really pick out the melodies, because they sound super fire in the background. And I think maybe more volume on your main vocal, because your ad-libs sound like they're too loud, but if you turn those down, you won't be able to hear them at all. So I think your main vocal needs to be louder on this one. But again, if my complaints are just mixing complaints, your track isn't bad. Like if I'm criticizing the production or the performance, that's really on you. But the mixing, it really comes down to personal preference. It comes down to really the style of the mixer and things like that. So the criticisms that I have mix-wise might not be the criticisms that someone else has. And so if the mix is all I'm criticizing, don't take that to heart, because like I said, the mixing really is personal preference. It really is whatever sounds good to you. So and I know that you mixed it yourself. So if this sounds good to you, then there's no issues with this track at all. And my opinion shouldn't matter that much to you. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Track 5 is No Way.
I'm a rider in, pull over with a chopper, shout to your brain. If I'm taking all this water, yeah, I get it money on me. Now.
Those melodies are fire.
I just make it stats now, I need make it rise now. If you messing with me, better bad now. Got twisted, yeah, we gonna shoot what, do a rat-a-tat, yeah, remember back there, I could knock him back.
Lots of potential, dude. So much energy. You can clearly see, like, you really get into your verses. You really are a performer. And so I think maybe, again, I'm not certain that all of these are freestyled, but maybe going and taking a little bit of extra time to really think of some bars and write them out and plan out your verses a little bit, so that you know that how you can switch up your flows and the directions you want to take your verse is just going to provide some structure to the track, a little bit more of like an organized kind of sound to it. And I think it will be better for you. Now, I think that also playing around a little more with the melodies that you're singing, because this one was a little bit, repetitive. You kind of kept going in the same melodies over and over and over again. And you really don't want to do that for extremely long, because it does get kind of old to listen to, even if it is a short track. So play around, experiment. You've got the auto-tune on, so you're not going to go off key. Really throw your voice, go higher, play with the dynamics, go lower, and play around. It's going to be a blast, and you might find something good. So just some some things to think about. But this track is showing a lot of potential, in my opinion. Track 6 is Choppa.
Cause my band's bigger. They said, how about back then? How do you not remember? Got the 9 saw me at the other side. Keep on hating on me, gotta go by. Cause my 5 guys. All these rappers soft, tell them 5 lies. They pull a stick, saw me, we got bands. Keep on hating on me, I'm a man.
Yeah, I see what you went for with the production on this one. Definitely got that Pierre Bourne style to it. It's a really simple loop. like a 2 or a 4 bar loop, depending on how you want to count it, if it's half timed or not. I think that if you're going to go for that style with your production, your melodies have to be really captivating enough for you to listen to them on a loop over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? These melodies were kind of simple, and they sounded a little bit cluttered in the background. They sounded a little bit messy, and I think that the 808 might have been a little too loud as well. And I think that the 808 needs to be a little bit more punchy, because I don't think that you added a punchy kick over this 808. And the 808 just kind of sounds like it's flat a little bit. Not flat in terms of like the pitch, but flat as in it's not really bringing any oomph to your track, and you really want that. So, you know, just again, some small criticisms here and there. Also, you didn't use auto-tune on this track. You went for a straight rap approach, and that's, you know, that's really dope, the fact that you're switching things up a little bit and coming at it from a different angle. So I like that. So yeah, just keep at it, you know, keep mixing, keep producing. The more you do it, the better you get. You're still so young, you know, you're so much better than I was when I was your age. So just keep at it, man. And the last track is Grand.
I just made a grand. Hold up, yeah. I just made a grand. I just made it on me, they're fan. I'ma pull up with that money, we got band. I'ma pull up with that money, we got band. Got a flip, yeah, diamond song. I might spend a check. They keep hating on me, they're fan. I'ma pull up with that money, we got band.
Yeah, like I said, taking time to write out your verses, really choose the melodies that you're going to be singing in order to get the catchiest melody possible, the one that's going to sound the best with the production, because right now, the melodies that you were singing for here, for the chorus, you know, they're in key, but they don't necessarily fit the vibe of the track, kind of. Like, there are notes that are in key, but that don't really work with the chords that are being played at that moment that you're singing those notes. So really just choosing the best melodies and trying to find the right keys and pockets and things like that for your flows would really, you know, make this track a lot better. But no major complaints. It's not a bad outro. So with that said, guys, that was IA Legit, and that was his project Bands for Life. The link is in the description to the project on SoundCloud. Be sure to check him out. Be sure to show him some love, some support. This is only a 15-year-old kid, so we're looking at a whole lot of potential here. Hopefully he's ends up being super great someday, super famous. And yeah, you can say that you got so good because of the advice that I gave you. I'm playing, but yeah, not bad at all. Not mad at this project. I think it's pretty decent for somebody that at that age, especially. Way better than anything I was making. So check this out. You know, show him some love. Follow him on his social media. It's probably on his SoundCloud page. And with that said, I will be back in another video very soon. Until then, stay safe, guys. Peace out.